Hi friends, welcome to season 2, episode 3 of the Duplex Diaries. If you don't know me, I am Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on the internet, and this series is tracking me purchasing, renoing, and fixing up and turning over renters at this point of my very first real estate purchase, which is a $230,000 duplex in College Station, Texas. So at this point while you're watching, we have already taken over control of the unit from my old tenants. We have attempted to clean out the funk and clean everything back up to a decent level, and we've assessed what repairs need to be made, as well as some of the improvements that I'm going to do. In this video, it catalogs the first 2 weeks of the month that I have to renovate and fix it up, and mostly that is me filling in pinholes in the walls, thousands and thousands of tiny holes in the walls, and trying to fix up bad old work done by pre-purchase painters and people who had their hands on the house before. There are a lot of issues and I keep finding more. So I knew that there was like overspray from some bad painters in the kitchen and in the closets, and I had already fixed some of that in season 1 of Duplex Diaries in a bedroom. What we didn't know is that they had painters taped the outside of all of the doorways as a way to not finish it off. And so I had to go through, and a lot of stuff needed to be re-mudded, re-sheetrocked, and I spent at least the first week trying to do it myself before finally having to call in a professional for some of it. In this video, I'm also trying to figure out what I should do to fix up the kitchen, whether I should paint the backsplash or the cabinetry and everything associated with that. And we are still cleaning and we're doing some upgrades. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so quick pause on that whole laundry room painting project. The paint sprayer that we borrowed, we cleaned out all the things, looked up some videos and stuff, but then when we pulled the paint out of the shed that we used last year, it's gone way off. So I need to go get more paint before we do that. Jacob's basically called it for the day. He's worked so hard, he deserves it. Did put in an order earlier at Home Depot for a shop vac, so that we can pull all the gunk out of the dryer vent before this new tenant comes in. We're probably gonna do the same on our side before we install the dryer. And I also think a shop vac will just be a good tool to have. So yeah, that was about 50 bucks. And we also got some sandpaper since we're out and some shop towels. And now I'm just gonna go in and add some paint to the list, and potentially some paint thinner and something to strain the paint with, as I've just learned that is a thing that you should do if you're using a sprayer. So, to be continued. Oh, but I did get all of the outlets going back to do the light switches. A lot of them have like a lot of grime and buildup on them. I'm actually gonna wash them first, and was doing that off camera, and then I'll go back and spray them. And of course I missed one outlet cover, and I threw away my little guide because it got, we dumped something on top of it, so I need to make another one of those. It's just cardboard. Still thrilled about how quick that was. It was way faster to paint all of those than to replace them or try to strip the paint off. And yeah, biggest part of that is just taking off all the covers and then putting them back on. Hello, hello. It is Saturday, March 6th, I believe, and it is my first day where I'm off of work and I can actually like work on this place the entire time. Went to Home Depot, spent several hours there last night trying to match this wall color, and eventually we did it. I also got some new paint for the laundry room area because paint from last year ended up going very, very stinky and bad. So that is airing out to be legally disposed of. I also got some new buckets, a shop vac, which is a fun new thing, and some other kind of stuff. And I got some Amazon packages in for things that I need, and some new outlets, because as I was doing the outlet project yesterday, I figured out that several were broken, and I'm not just gonna paint those. If an outlet is busted, I'm gonna actually replace it. That one's all cracked. So I'm all ready and set to go and do hopefully like a full day worth of work in here, and hopefully also my handyman is gonna come today and get some stuff done. I also watched some videos on spraying paint, and I got the proper strainers for it. So we're not gonna clog up the paint gun. Actually, let's open up the shop vac first and try to yoink any old dryer lint out of there before I install a new dryer, just as a precaution. can't get the sprayer to work right. Like, it only splatters. I have watched 10 plus YouTube videos from the spray paint company. I have disassembled, I have cleaned. I don't know if it's actually, I don't think it's a problem from like before I borrowed it, because I tried the sprayer, the finishing sprayer that had never been used, and it just barely works. So I want to get this done so the walls can dry, so we can install the washer and dryer. So I'm just gonna roll it. Handyman can't come until tomorrow, so I'll ask him then. I'll clean everything out, ask him. At least I know how to not screw up rolling it.
You can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime.
Okay, GoPro died, back on the phone, and I just realized I have paint on my nose. This is completely handled. I think it looks 1,000,000,000 times better. So what I tend to try to end up doing when I'm like have big massive projects, I'll kind of flip from one to the other, but this one I actually stayed through the entire time because I was like, oh, I should finish painting these. But to get these installed, had to finish that. So that's finished, that's ready. I also think I fixed the problem with the sprayer, so I can potentially do like the doors and stuff with that. So all this has to do is dry, then we can install stuff. I think I'm gonna fill holes and spray switch covers and outlets next, kind of finish that up. And then, yeah, fill all the holes in the door frames and stuff from where it was nailed, and windows and everywhere. Yeah, I'll touch back in. So I took a little 10-minute break. Jacob's ordering lunch. We're just getting some Jimmy John sandwiches. I'm gonna go around and fill all these little holes that are in all the trim. Oh, I also need to finish removing this tape that was painted over on almost every door. Yeah, so it seems like they just went a little mad with the holes sometimes. And I'm gonna fill all that in with putty before I repaint all the trim and doors. So probably not even gonna film that. That's what I'm doing.
We're never slowing down. Falling low, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground.
This is gonna take forever. Look at my... Ah.
I should have talked to you
Like, why are all these holes here? Why are they here? Okay, so I'm sure this is not news to anyone who has done this type of thing before, but it's brand new to me. So a lot of the workmanship trying to fix stuff over here before I purchased the place was really shoddy. This is not the tenant's fault, but you can see all through here where essentially all of this was patched, and there are a lot of spots like this throughout the house. Like this. This looks bad. I hate it. Either DIY stuff or whatever. Hi, Bubba, what's up?
Here, drink this when I come.
Okay, taking the max?
Yeah.
Alright.
These are the ghost things.
Okay. Bye, princess. I just did in this room. I went through with a putty knife, and there was a big spot here, and I scraped away a lot of the kind of over puttying that was done, and there was a spot behind the wall too. And I just used a putty knife to get that off, and then I sprayed this stuff on there. So that's gonna create the same texture that's on the rest of the wall and kind of help camouflage these areas that have been spot patched that look really different from the rest of the wall. Like that right there too, does the same thing. So it does mean I'll basically need to repaint everywhere. Look at this, by the way. Look how bananas that is. I don't understand. Yeah, so I think that's gonna help a lot. So we are scraping, puttying, then using this sucker. And I'm filling in all the holes in the door, including like where things meet here. None of these had that done, and it looks so much nicer with it done. And as you can see where the paint, so there are two paint lines. Jacob thinks that they painted once and then they left the second paint tape on and then they put the frames on because we had to use a box cutter to cut the paint off. You can see the line here. And now we're having to putty in the hole. You can see it better over here. Because in some places, there is a thick divide between where the wall kind of ends and where that begins. Hopefully this will look okay after I fix it, but I'm not looking forward to having to essentially paint all the door frames and the walls, but we shall. All right, I'm getting back to it. Okay, so I can't say I know how this should be done, but I know that the way they did it is wrong because I've never seen like giant plastic patching like exposed in a place that I've lived. So I'm just trying to even it out. That's all I'm trying to do at this point.
Made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping.
All right, this is what it is. All the holes patching for this room. We have scraped and we have filled. So next we sand and then we paint. I went ahead and did this door too. So Jacob installed the washer and dryer. I think I'm getting better at filling in this hole because that went a little easier. Jacob, show us what you did.
I got ice cream.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant the washer dryer, but
What's the drumstick for?
okay. Shiny new washer and dryer. Look how much better it looks. Crazy. Hello, hello. It is Sunday, March 7th. My second full day in here. It's actually the afternoon and I'm just getting started. We went to a pallet sale and I found just a couple of little things, including a cute little basket and some really nice shower curtain hooks for my new tenant gift basket. Legally, I can deduct $20 for a new tenant gift basket, and if I buy that stuff on sale, then I can do more. So I'm excited about that. It's probably like too much, but I think it'll be nice, and I've never gotten one. I think it'd be really fun to get one. So today, what we're doing, I have already filled all of I've scraped and filled holes in this room, and this door, this doorway, and this room. I need to do that in the closet in here, in the bathrooms, and in the first bedroom, and just kind of go around, find any more like giant, stupid looking, overpatched places, scrape those down, fill them, sand them, paint them, and yeah, so doing that, and then using the spray. So handyman should be here any minute, and I'm gonna get him started on the hole in that bathtub and giving me a consultation on that. B, the top rack being broken in the dishwasher. It just kind of falls down and out, and I'm hoping that can be fixed. Consulting about this and the other things on this list. Oh, and the door. Gotta swap out the door. I don't want to do that, and I don't want Jacob to do that. So yeah, gonna get started. Excited, let's get to it. Oh, and I have done a couple more coats on all of the light switches. I'm trying to do like really light coats so that I don't have to sand those down too much. And I think these are looking pretty good. I've done 2 coats on all of those, so I should be able to put back the switch plates very soon. And then we've got those 2 outlets and one in the first bedroom that need to be swapped out. So making progress, slow and steady. I ran out of an entire can of spackle yesterday. I went to the Dollar Tree today because I'm not ready to go back to Home Depot, though I do need more paint. Let's see how the Home Depot spackle does.
Keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
I just realized that this is on hyperlapse, so I was talking to it. Anyway, it's Wednesday the night after work. I work from home today, and I ordered some stuff from Home Depot, and I shot a video after I finished working. So now I am over here. I want to finish scraping and spackling the master bedroom, and then I can start on sanding and painting. So let's see how much I can get done. This drives me bananas that they chose to paint over the paint tape, I guess to hide like some of the holes and stuff, or just out of laziness, but we're pulling these off every door, and it's stupid. Ugh.
Keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime.
Okay, we're on day 5 or 6 or 9 of the scrape, fill, sand, texture, paint. We're actually still on like 1 and 2. So let's do it.
We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise.
Wednesday, I think. Wednesday, March 12th. I don't know. I am just left Home Depot, which I need to purchase more stock in. $178 later. I think I'm officially going to be like the buy more and return it versus my less. For instance, these thresholds. I bought 1. I almost bought 2 last time I came. And then my handyman Chris was like, we should probably replace that 3rd threshold. Anyway, it's really like roughed up, and so need to come back and get another one. I also got plenty of caulk. I was super professional. 6 years on YouTube. Got plenty of caulk, overbuying instead of underbuying. Got quick set locks. I was going to hire the home warranty to come out and do it and just pay that $75 fee to change. But once they messaged me, there were going to be all these extra fees because it's a duplex and they only do up to like 6 locks. The deadbolt and the knob both count. So it would have been like $20 extra each. They were going to charge us like an extra $30 to have 2 sets of keys instead of 1. We've been putting off updating the keys on my side, figuring we'd just do them all together. And then they were like, and there are all these other charges we're just gonna slap on top. And I was like, I was already gonna replace some of the locks. Now I'm just getting the quick set with the easy change out system. That way I can change it every renter by myself. And I canceled that. Also got a bunch of painting and spackling and other stuff. And here's my favorite thing from today's purchase. I'm treating myself. I bought a new toilet seat for my side of the house. And you know what's special about this toilet seat? A, it's wood, not plastic. So like if I set anything on it or if I try to sit on top of the closed toilet, it goes like wonk. Honestly, it would do it with a light person too because it's just thin plastic and it's not meant to sit on. But sometimes I will sit on top of the toilet with it closed. I don't know why that's odd. Anyway, you know, like turn on the bath water, like get everything like that. This not only has a all wood toilet seat top, but it is a soft close toilet seat because I'm very bougie. So it won't slam anymore. You can release it, like you can throw the toilet seat down and it'll soft close. And quite frankly, I didn't know that that was a thing that existed, but am I gonna spend $25 on it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Life upgrade. Life upgrade. Now I'm gonna go home and caulk some stuff. It is Thursday, March 11th, and some stuff has happened. Yesterday, my wonderful handyman Chris came over and he did some mudding. So if you remember, I tried very hard to fix this area up. He came and saw it and he was just like, no honey, it needs to be completely remudded. And he actually did spots, bigger spots all over the house, including in here. There were a lot of places where like the cross hatching from the badly done sheetrock work was like sticking out. And apparently no matter how hard you try, you can't fix that. So did these, and Jacob and I had noticed that like this whole section was moving. It was that badly done. Oh yay, and woo, we've got it fixed back here too. There was a big hole. All right, and while I was at work today, Jacob did something very cool. All right, this kitchen, super dark, super, even with lights on, show us.
Oops.
Woo! All right, this is the same light I have on my side, but half the size, because there are 3 can lights in here. And he installed it all by himself. Who's wonderful? Who's wonderful? Thank you. And what else did you do?
Oh, I just replaced the flush valve on the toilet.
Because it's been running constantly, so.
Although I think I just heard it.
Uh-oh. Handyman's coming back to do this and some other stuff, but that's a couple more things off the giant lists. Okay, so this might be super complainy, but I'm starting to hate finishing holes, and I feel like I spent the first 2 weeks of this month filling holes. I think I might be done after another 2 hours. Next step, sand, spray, paint. So I hope you enjoyed that slow descent into hole filling madness, and feel free to tell me everything that I did wrong down in the comments below. I do not take offense. I am learning all of this as I go, and that's fine. That's fine. I will know better for next time. So feel free to tell me what I could have done better down there. And don't forget to tune in to the next one, where we are going to go into even more repairs and improvements and tackle that kitchen, and also where I figure out I pretty much have to paint the entire house. So it should have been clear at that point. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this channel and want to help it grow to 100,000, and to like this video if you like DIY renovations and people just learning as they go along. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.